I knew a kid who would pray every day from the pain and poverty, living in the hood with the drugs and robberies, bullied at his school by the laughs and mockery, beat him to the ground, they would laugh at comedy. He tried to find a way to end his life, death at 5, losing all his breath to life, depression with life, depressing that he's stressing in life, aggressive at times, confessions, but the questions in mind though.
Hi everyone, my name's Brandon. Welcome to the 7th Generation Network on our journey to open hearts and minds and the possibilities of creating a better future. Now before we get into this episode, I just wanted to give a big shout out to a good friend of mine, Cryptic Cairo. He's a lyrical talent behind my intro and my outro. Get a moment, check out his work. The link to his music is in the description of my podcast. It's also in the bio below if you're on YouTube. Now in this episode today, I want to cover respect. Now that's respect on all fronts for yourself, your family, your friends, strangers, community, country, the planet as a whole, and this is something that's really important, and it's one of the cores of First Nation values. Now looking at human beings as a whole, First Nations people just aside for a moment, we seem to have genuinely, for the most part, lost our way, lost sight of who we are, what we are. Now, in the process of losing who we really are as a species, essentially caretakers of the entire planet, we seem to also struggle to return to our basic core values. One of those, and a big part of that, is respect. Now unfortunately we live in a time where this particular loss is really being leveraged against people globally. It perpetuates division and hatred, and what's even more frustrating is that number one, it's working, and two, the division's false. It's a complete illusion and we're all caught up in it. So I guess my point is that machines like modern media channels are leveraging and normalising lack of respect, created hatred and inciting lies about people from other communities and countries, and this only serves to damage our ability to respect ourselves and each other. So if we look at the basics of humanity, all throughout history it's filled with amazing examples of lasting respect, which for me is the morals held by Indigenous First Nations, and in contrast we currently have the opposite of it: war, genocide, hate crimes, racism, xenophobia, homophobia, hatred for anybody who's different. So for me, I guess that one beautiful example of humanity was an event in February of 2011, literally months after a bombing in Alexandria in Egypt. A group of Christians formed a protective ring around a large group of praying Muslims who were knelt in prayer during Friday prayers. They joined hands, facing outwards, to protect them in a public square in Cairo, having no fear for their own safety. They just wanted to protect someone else who were honouring their own faith. That sort of stuff doesn't get reported in mainstream media. It gets left to a backwater website in the hope that people will see the benefit and the humanity that people can actually display. Now days later, following on from that, the same group of Christians were praying in the same square on a Sunday, and their Muslim brothers returned the kindness by joining hands and forming a protective ring around them while they gave their prayer. Now, the Reverend told the crowd, in the name of Jesus and Muhammad, we unify our ranks, showing that humanity, love and giving doesn't have a religion. It's not faith specific, and we can cross any barrier to achieve that goal. It also importantly shows that the media depiction of interfaith hatred is serving only to divide and deplete respect amongst people. Now from this, I think the main thing that we need to realise is that respect is something that we control. It's a core part of who we are as individuals, and once you allow other people or the media or social media platforms to negatively impact that part of you, then you're effectively giving them a part of you, and essentially control of that part of you then lies with someone else. Having said that, only you can take that power back. Only you decide whether these things control how you act, or how you choose to act towards people, or how you think and how you interpret what's put out in media. Is it the truth? Is it false? And can you find the truth? Now at this stage, I actually want to challenge anybody listening to just sit for a minute or two, really analyse how you interact with people, family, friends, work colleagues, the wider community, homeless people, and honestly answer yourself, do you treat those around you with respect? Do they deserve more from you in the way that you act, talk or behave? Or do you give out positivity, kindness and love? Be honest with yourself, because only you can understand that and only you can change it. And I'm not saying be a doormat, but try to walk with kindness and a bit of respect. It's a small step towards being better, to being a better person and making progress towards lifting a weight out of your soul. And if you realise that maybe you can do better, then you've already taken a first step to being more conscious, more aware and kinder as an individual. This is your turning point, your choice, your chance to make a change, and more importantly, your chance to be the change. Anyway, enough from me. Before I go, I just wanted to say like, follow, subscribe, whatever platform you're on. Join us on our journey and we'll see you next time. So until next time, stay safe, one love, and take more care of each other.
I know you're victimized, brutalized, thinking about suicide, running cause they're coming in the rush and there's nowhere to hide. I know you're drugging, popping pills until you overdose, drowning your liver with liquor until you overflow. You can't contain the cocaine that is going up your nose, and crystal with the method and Rexit just gotta let you know. We gotta stick together through all of the stormy weather. As bad as it has been, it's just gonna keep getting better. So keep your head up and just keep on standing strong. We may be forgotten, but with us together we live long.